Watson Park and 90 minutes live. Our second pre-season friendly of this young season sees Ware taking on Grays Athletic, two teams from the Isthmian League but separated geographically. Ware in Division 1 South Central, and today's opponents, of course, Grays Athletic in Division 1 North. We're just about 16 minutes in here, and glad of your company on what's quite a warm and balmy evening. Thankfully the rain stayed away, and Ware are coming forward with Andre McCollin. I'll give you their lineup in just a moment. A couple of new faces, perhaps unfamiliar faces to Ware fans, but a very familiar face in goal in the shape of Gallum Kishka. They're going with a back for George Casey at right back, two central defenders, Dave Gendler and Dan Romans, Pat Adamson on the left-hand side of the defence. Central midfield players Jordan Westergaard, who played against Arlesey, of course, former Cheshunt player on Saturday, alongside tonight's skipper Lee Rose. And then on the right-hand side, Chris Archer. On the left, Marcus Milner. Two new names, perhaps, to Ware fans. And then up front, well, familiar front two, Andre McCollin and Leon Hope, who between them scored all the goals on Saturday in that 3-1 win against Arlesey. Andre getting two and Liam getting his campaign off the mark from the penalty spot. As far as Grays are concerned, well, a couple of appearances for that player who makes a lot of appearances pre-season, a trialist, but of the names that we know, Danny Sambridge in goal, Ryan Salmons, Lewis Clark, Roy, Pat Ahern, one of the two trialists, Darryl Russell, Mitch Hahn, Tony Stokes, another trialist, and then Luke Hurst is their starting lineup. We've got a second half team for Ware as well. Paul Halsey is going to be ringing the changes with the likes of Harry Watkins, Ala Ujdi, all here, Albert Adu as well. We're going to be seeing them in the second half. As far as the first half team goes, 0-0 here against a Grays Athletic side who've been a bit of a bogey team for Ware. Ware haven't beaten them for 10 years. Last time Ware beat Grays, 9th of October 2010, when they won here 3-0. And last time they met on this pitch, they got a real thumping. They lost 5-0. As Westercott's going down the right-hand side of the box, pulls it across. No one at home, though. Chris Archer's going to keep it in on that far side. As he knows, knocks, his control lets him down. And it's going to be a throw-in to Grays. Grays had a couple of pre-season friendlies already. Home to Hastings on Saturday before last. Lost that one 3-0. And then this Saturday just passed, they drew 1-1 against Burgess Hill Town. One of their new signings, former Witton skipper Pat Ahern, got the goal for Grays. Ball on that far side of the field, thumped up towards the halfway line where Dave Kendall goes up, loses out to him, but Lee Rose comes and helps him out. Pat Adamson threads it over to this near side, but Lewis Clark will be the first one to arrive. And it's back with Ahern for Grays, plays the ball through, control poor though, and Westcott can get hold of it for Ware. Finds Chris Archer on that far side of the field, and Archer's ball is a really loose one, but equally loose from Grays. Give it back to Dan Rumans, who puts it all the way back to his goalkeeper Gallum Kishka. So as far as Ware are concerned, the majority of last season's squad are all back. A couple of absentees, Maxim Fraser, of course, who was on loan here from Royston. He's gone to join Braintree in National South. And Josh Williams, who I saw on Saturday having a trial with Royston. Not sure whether they've signed him or not, but he was mighty impressive in the first half against Welling Garden City in a friendly on Saturday. But otherwise, it's as you were for Paul Halsey. And Michael Bardley, we wish well, because he's broken his kneecap, he was telling me early on. He's here sitting in the stand on crutches as Milner gets the ball across. Liam Hope gets there, but it's thumped clear from inside that Grays box. Where get it back, though, with Dan Rumans. Rumans on this near side for George Casey. Casey's early cross, looking for Lee Rose, who got up, got the header in, but couldn't get control on it, and it went high over the top of the crossbar. Where with that game against Arlesey, as I was talking about on Saturday. This coming Saturday, we've got a 3-team tournament here. We'll be here. Not quite sure what format that's going to take. Be interesting. Chesham United and Royston Town. Chance to see them again. Then Saturday the 29th here against AFC Dunstable. Then on Tuesday the 1st, the FA Cup preliminary round. Not done Ware any favours, really. Tuesday night away to Southend Manor. Not the best of visits. If they win that one, of course, well, they might as well stay down the road because they'll be away to Ganvey Island. So not the best of draws in the FA Cup for Ware. All those draws for our teams in East Herts Country, by the way, on the 90 Minutes CHR website. Got a full list of everything in the FA Cup, FA Trophy, FA Vars and the FA Youth Cup. All those draws made this afternoon. As Gray's coming forward down this left-hand side with Luke Hurst, but he's given the ball away. A long ball looking for Liam Hope. Controls it away from Clark. McCollins lost out to one of the trialists, though. Grays will try and come back in the opposite direction, but Ahern's ball is a loose one. And Ware will get it back with Jordan Westercott. Good ball by Westercott. Finds Liam Hope right-hand side of the box. Got Marcus Milner in support. Liam spurns that option, turns inside, but now does find Milner down the right-hand side. And Casey's going to thump it across the box. On the back stick is the header that was coming in from Chris Archer, but almost hit his shoulder on his head, and goalkeeper Sambridge really had no problem with that. Meanwhile, Hurst is going forward here for Graves on the edge of the area, tries the shot, but gets it all wrong as it spins off his boot and goes over the top of the fence and into the trees behind the goal. So been announcements, we understand, about fans coming back into non-league football. I think the announcement was made while I was on my way here, so I don't know the full details, but it does sound like some positive news finally, that people may be allowed back in to watch things. And if you look at the Izmir League website, of course, there are a whole host of scenarios of what might happen with the season. So we'll wait and see as it unfolds, as Lee Rose is pushed by trialist number 6, as we'll call him. And Ware have themselves a free kick midway inside the Grays Athletic half on this right-hand side of the field. Referee having a bit of a banter with the Grays bench. You didn't quite agree with who ordered the free kick, but it's been given. And Jordan Westercott, who wears 8, will be the man who will take it for Ware. Rimmons and Kendall have come up from the back. Had some aerial strength, and Lee Rose is in there as well. We all know what he can do from this kind of situation. Remember that goal against Biggleswade in the FA Cup. Westercott's kick's not a bad one, and here is Lee Rose, but he didn't live up to his billing then. Put it over the top of the crossbar when he knows he should have done better. But puts his hands up to demonstrate that, I think, does Lee. But also, fair play to some of this Ware team. It will be their first outing of the season, whereas as far as Grays are concerned, we're saying this is their third pre-season game in a real packed pre-season schedule. Games against Enfield Town, Hashtag United, Billericay, Tilbury and Kingstonian to come up for Jim Cooper's team. So they're going to be busy. As on this near side, it's Pat Ahern who comes forward, the number 5, but plays on the left-hand side of defence. His ball, though, is cut out by Dan Rumans. McCollin goes up, and Roy gets a bang on the back of his head, so Grays will have themselves a free kick. Grays, who play their home games at Averley, of course, and they've got a big campaign. We wish them good luck with that to get back to their spiritual home. And also a side that, of course, 2006, let's not forget, this team were in the conference. Didn't get relegated till 2010 when it all went wrong financially. But had some interesting managers. Mark Stimpson was manager when they went up into the conference some 14 years ago. As Callum Kishka will clear onto the halfway line. Ahern goes up under challenge from Liam Hope, and ball runs out for a throw-in. Liam finds Andre McCollin. McCollin's not got much in front of him. Sometimes doesn't worry him. This time he tries to find Chris Archer on the far side. All goes wrong though. And Grays will come forward again. with one of their two trialists. Plays the ball on this side to Mitch Hahn. Mitch Hahn tries the shot, and Kishka has to do well. Push that one behind for a corner. Callum caught out a little bit by the flight of the ball there, and had to dive away to his left-hand side and push it behind for Gray's first corner of the evening here at Waddesdon Park. It's going to be taken by Mitch Hahn. Been around a few non-league clubs in his career. Going to take this one with the right boot, arms up to suggest, well, we know not what, but I'm sure he knows what he's got aiming at. As the corner comes in, it's not a bad one, and on the far post it's turned in to the back of the net. And so Hahn did know exactly what he was at, because it was Tony Stokes who turned it in. And with 26 minutes gone here, it's Ware 0, Grays 1. So a Hahn's corner and Tony Stokes with the finish. And the visitors go 1-0 in front. So I'm sure Paul Halsey will have something to do with them, say about the marking there, which was pretty poor as far as Ware were concerned. Tony Stokes, who's scored bangs of goals in non-league football, of course. Played at Bows and Pitsea, where I remember him getting a lot of goals. Well, he's got one here tonight, and Ware have got to come from behind. As Dan Rumans puts his foot on the ball, finds Pat Adamson far side. Adamson down the line looking for Liam Hope. Liam trying to control the ball away. Adamson comes in. Chris Archer, though, not for the first time tonight, gives the ball away. And Gray's come back in the opposite direction. Ball threaded out that far side to trialist number 10. Then put into the box, but going to let that run, as Darryl Russell couldn't get anywhere near it. And Callum Kishka comes out and collects it for the home team. Out to Dan Rumans on that far side of the field. Marcus Milner's got a bit of space here on the right, but Rumans brings in Dave Kendall. It does come to this right hand side to George Casey, who's midway inside his own half. Casey's ball forward finds Liam Hope. Liam's pushed it around by Roy, takes the free kick quickly and finds Marcus Milner on this near side. Back for Andre McCollin. McCollin's chip ball forward looking for Liam. Flag's not up, couldn't turn, and in the end Milner just tries the side foot and it goes tamely wide. Wow, got a feeling that Liam felt he was offside there, because he turned, he would have a clear shot on goal, but there was no flag that went up. But referee is I think the referee is going to give a goal kick, so would have been interesting. The goal kick's taken on this near side of the field. 29 minutes gone here at Waddesdon Park. Welcome along, just joined us. Peter Hill with you on 90 Minutes Live in association with Universal Signs and East Arts Radio, covering local football as we always are, wherever it is. And also extra impetus, of course, because fans not allowed in. So thanks to Ware for their cooperation in allowing us in this evening to bring you the commentary. Here comes Andre McCollin. McCollin to the edge of the box. Liam hits it on the volley, puts his hands immediately on his head, and I think that tells you the story of where it went. Paul Halsey looks rather pensive inside the technical area. I think if there was a little thinks bubble, if you have one of those memes on Facebook, I think it would say not impressed as far as Paul was concerned from that effort from last season's top scorer. Early days, of course, not really about results pre-season, is it? It's about performances, it's about looking at formations, it's about looking at new players, and a few out there to look at this evening. Marcus Milner, Jordan Westercott, Chris Archer and George Casey, all unfamiliar. As Gray's coming forward. Still coming forward, Russell. Russell might tee up a shot on the left peg here, and that's a good save by Callum Kishka. Pushes it behind with an outstretched left paw, and it's going to be a corner to Grays taking on that far side. Wellington City are playing today at Oxley Jets, by the way. 0-0, scoring that one. Nicky Ironton's team that we heard on Saturday, going down 4-1 to Royston in that pre-season friendly. As corner, Mitch Hahn's going to take the corner again on that far side, where I've got to get that marking a little bit better this time around. Hahn's corner comes in, and they didn't, and Russell has headed it in to give Grays a 2-0 lead. Well, Ware called out 2 Mitch Hahn corners, and 31 minutes in, it's the visitors here that have gone 2-0 in front. Darryl Russell's header, and once again, Ware's marking at a corner. He's pretty much non-existent, it's got to be said. Russell had the easiest of jobs of heading it in, and it's 2 Mitch Hahn corners that have given Grays a 2-0 advantage here. So Grays, who were 14th in Isthmian League Division 1 North when last season was drawn to a premature conclusion, and that included a run of 8 straight defeats at the end of the season, so perhaps they were happy the season was drawn to a close. Ware, of course, were top of Division 1 South Central. All that counts for absolutely nought at the beginning of a new season. And Ware have had a bit of a wake-up call here, trailing 2-0 as Pat Adamson comes forward down the left. I haven't really seen Pat come down that left line at all so far tonight, as Rumans heads the ball back to Callum Kitchker. Tony Stokes got a bit of a dig in the back from Dave Kendall, but George Casey will bring it forward for Ware. Finds Marcus Milner on this near side. Milner back for Dave Kendall. Kendall looking for the run of Pat Adamson, and he is onside on that far side. Adamson still going, but in the end it was a foul. Ryan Salmons hit the deck, and the referee gives a free kick as the lights come on here on a decent evening, really. Not too hot, not too cool, no real chance of rain interrupting proceedings, so temperature good, climate good, but scoreline not good as far as Ware are concerned at the moment. Just joined us, they're trailing 2-0 against Grays Athletic. Tony Stokes and Darryl Russell, the goal scorers for the visitors. Darryl Russell, Braintree and Waltham Abbey amongst his teams. Here comes Hurst. Priest slips the ball inside, and once again Ware found a little bit wanting, and well, what happened there was Mitch Hahn ran into Jordan Westercott. That was almost a basketball foul, actually. Westercott set his feet. Hahn ran into him, and I think that would have been called an offensive foul if we were on the basketball court. The referee's given Grays a free kick. It's going to be Mitch Hahn again who is going to take it. It's about 25 yards out, left-hand side, so it would favour a right footer to try and get it round the wall. That wall is a 3-man Ware wall at the minute. Marcus Milner, Andre McCullin and Chris Archer in that 3-man wall. Mitch Hahn and trialist number 10 will fancy their chances from this kind of distance. It's Hahn who's going to hit it. It's his own player on the back, Hurst, and Ware are able to clear with Andre McCullin. McCullin's ball hits the back of Gray's number 10 and bounces obligingly into the arms of Callum Kitchker. Callum Kitchker out for Dan Rumans. Rumans looking for some movement, which he's not getting. Looking for someone that comes short to catch the ball, but Westercott and Lee Rose are both in advanced position, so it's down to the back four to bring it forward. Here's McCullin coming increasingly deep. Casey lets the ball run off the top of Luke Hurst and go out for a throw in Ware on this near side. Jordan Westercott, far side for Dan Rumans with the are they orange boots? I think they're orange, almost peach coloured actually. But Dave Kendall will find Casey on this near side. Casey's long ball forward looking for Liam Ope again, but this time he overcooked it and the ball goes harmlessly enough back to the goalkeeper Danny Sambridge. They've had a couple of opportunities, but Sambridge hasn't really had a save to make. A couple of headers that have gone wide of the target have been the home side's best offer so far. Callum Kitch has made a couple of decent saves as well as picking the ball out of the back of the net twice. As ball pushed forward, looking for Russell on the edge of the area. Rumans is in the way, and Lee Rose will complete the clearance. Well, a half complete it as the trialist hits the ball over the top of the crossbar. And Ware will get themselves a free kick. Just see Lewis Rose has come in, so another one of Ware squad, and look like Lewis will be involved in the second half. As Westercott finds down Rumans on this near side for George Casey. Casey long ball looking for Liam Hope. Roy gets it off and out for a throw in to Ware. 9 minutes to go before half time here at Watson Park. Pre-season friendly action, Ware against Grays Athletic, and Grays have had the hoodoo on Ware here over the years. As said, Ware haven't beaten them for a decade. Well, at the moment it's Grays who are in the box seat. The lead here 2-0 as Casey tries to bring in Liam Hope. A Hearn scuffed clearance will bounce to Russell, who's beaten to it by Adamson. Adamson finds Chris Archer on that far side. Archer looking to tee up the cross, goes around his man. Archer's still there, gets to the cross. McCollin tries the spectacular but doesn't get hold of the ball, and Hers gets it clear. Andre McCollin would have been better off there trying to bring that down instead of going for glory. Tried the spectacular volley and in the end didn't make contact. Rumans forward, looking for McCollin, chipped it over the top of him. Oh, mistake made on the edge of the area where players left it to themselves, and Hearn could thump it away for Grays. It's a little bit symptomatic of what's been going on as far as Ware are concerned in this first half. I've got a feeling Paul Halsey hasn't done that much shouting. I've got a feeling that'll all be reserved for the dressing room at half time. Here's Marcus Milner. Good run, gets bundled to the ground down the right hand side by Hearn. And it'll be a free kick to Ware, so perhaps it's time to conjure something up before half time here. As Ware have got a free kick right hand side of the Grays box. Quite sure who's going to take it. Tom Bruno's going to be on in the second half. He's very much the dead ball expert, but not out there at the moment. In fact, it's going to be Andre McCollin who is going to take it. Kendall and Rumans have come up from the back. Lee Rose is there as well. There's a one-man Grays wall who is Mitch Hahn in the way. McCollin just spotting the ball. He's going to swing it in with the left boot. McCollin's kick's not a bad one. Up goes Kendall, and in the end it lands on top of the goal net and away for a goal kick, says the referee. So Grays with the opportunity to take a little bit of time off the clock at the end of this first half. Talked about FA Cup, of course. Some interesting ties in the FA Cup. In the preliminary round, certainly in the extra preliminary round, St Margaret's against Baldock Town, Hoddesdon against FC Clacton, Sawbridgeworth against Romford, which will be an interesting one, and then go on to the preliminary round, and Hertford have got a real plum one against Malden and Tiptree, as Hurst comes forward and a super challenge by Dan Rumans sliding in, robs the former Bowes and Pitsea man and takes the ball out for a throw-in on this near side of the field. Malden and Tiptree, of course, did really well in last season's competition and were flying at the top of the division which Grays Athletic are from, the Isthmian League Division 1 North, when things were drawn to a close. Welling Garden City also against Saffron Walden Town or Little Oakley. The key will be, you would think, looking at progression from there. But never know in the FA Cup. Chris Archer in possession for Ware, midway inside his own half. He's got a sea of fluorescent yellow shirts in front of him. Is it yellow or lime green? I'm never good on my colours. A bit colourblind as well. I think we'll call it yellow. As Casey picks the ball up on this near side, midway inside his own half. It's George Casey down the line for Marcus Milner. He's looked tricky when he's got the ball. Hasn't had that much of it, but when he has got it, he's looked tricky. On the far side is Chris Archer. Archer's going to put the ball low across the box, but wasn't the right option. Liam Hope and Lee Rose had arrived at the far post, but he put it low across the box to the near post, which certainly wasn't the best option. But certainly I'd like Marcus to see a little bit more of Marcus Milner. As I said, he has looked tricky when he's had the ball. Here's Archer with a bit of space on that far side. Chips the ball across. That's a much better one. And well, the volley came in the end and has gone well wide of the target, but deflected well wide of the target for a corner to Ware. to be taken on this near side. 4 minutes to go before the break at Watson Park. 90 minutes live action for a Tuesday evening in association with Universal Signs and East Hearts Radio. And on this near side, Ware have got themselves a corner. So I wanted to see a bit more of Marcus Milner. I wanted to see what he can do with the corner. It's going to be taken with the right boot all the way along the line to Liam Hope. Liam turns it back across the box. We'd seen that corner last year. Worked to great effect, but needs a little bit more work on training this time round. Just didn't get it quite right. But I can remember him scoring a goal at FC Romania and done in exactly that fashion. As Marcus Milner picks it up right hand side. Milner against Ahern. Milner turns it inside the box, but Colin lets it go, and Liam Hope's shot bounces off an arm and goes wide for a corner. Liam's claiming a penalty. Referee doesn't want to know, and all we get out of that is a corner. Probably their best attacking move of the half, it's got to be said. I think it was Lewis Clark who got his arm in the way, but referee deciding that all that will result is a corner. Not going to try the short one again this time as Milner puts it across to the back stick. Goalkeeper's missed it, and in the end Gray's managed to scramble it away. Here's Dan Ruman's left hand side of the box. Plenty of yellow shirts in front of him though. Ruman's still going, does well to maintain possession. Ruman's still going, and in the end it's Gray's who sorted out. And onto the halfway line for Pat Adamson. Adamson forward for Chris Archer. Archer coming forward. On the left is Jordan Westercott. Westercott, long ball forward. Milner came in on the back post, but Ahern has sorted that out for Grays. And they'll come forward with Hurst down this left-hand side. Hurst still going, finds Stokes. Stokes turns to his right-hand side to bring in the trialist. And on that far side, Ryan Salmons has the ball. Salmons cross, long one, and Casey ducks under it and lets it go out for a goal kick. 2 minutes left in the first half here at Watson Park. Surrounded by Gray's substitutes, all appropriately socially distancing in the stand away to my right-hand side. A little bit weird sitting in a stand and not seeing some of those regulars that we always sit amongst at Watson Park. Hope they'll be back shortly as Milner picks the ball up right hand side of the box, and he got it all wrong. Well, the first touch wasn't the surest one. It was a good ball to him and he had an opportunity there, but it rather sliced off his right boot, and in the end he was always struggling to keep it under control when it came to putting it across the box. So opportunity goes begging for the home side. The trail here 2-0. Goals both coming from Mitch Hahn corners. Tony Stokes for the first after 26, and 5 minutes later it was Darryl Russell who headed in number 2. Not really accurate on the amount of possession of play. I think it's about 50-50 for both teams. Where have had their chances, haven't taken them. And Grays have had theirs and have taken theirs, and they've also forced Callum Kitcher into at least one really good save as Lee Rose heads the ball down from the halfway line, looking for Liam Hope, who can't control the ball away, and it's going to be a throw-in on this near side of the field that Pat Ahern will take for Grays. Finds Mitch Hahn. Mitch Hahn forward. Stokes can't control it. Hahn will get it back, although Lee Rose has got the ball now. And continue great commentary listening from Grays. Thank you very much. Nice to be appreciated, and you'll appreciate the score at half time if you're listening from Grays. But it's Ware 0, Grays Athletic 2. Goals both coming from Mitch Hahn. Corners first after 26 minutes when Ware didn't pick Tony Stokes up in the box, and he completed it by thumping it past Callum Kitchker. And then the second one, 31 minutes in, and it was another corner from Mitch Hahn. This time Ware didn't pick up Darryl Russell, and a good header to Kitchker's left-hand side, and it nestled into the top of the net. Ware have had a penalty appeal turned down when Liam Hope's shot was blocked by Lewis Carroll's arm, or Lewis Clark rather, his arm, But apart from that, I think Grays just shaded that first half, and they've shaded it in terms of scoreline. They lead 2-0. Wholesale changes coming up in the second half. You can bet for that because it's a pre-season friendly. Grab yourself a cuppa, and I'll join you again in about 15 minutes time. So I'll leave you with the half-time score here of Ware 0, Grays Athletic 2.